Space is a vast and largely unexplored place. Advancing technology and the development of our scientific understanding has helped us find out more about what lies beyond our planet and has opened the door to future exploration. However, our understanding of space and our equipment to investigate what lies beyond our planet is still very limited, leaving unsolved puzzles rife within the field of astronomy. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 space discoveries that have prompted questions and speculation. Mysterious spacecraft orbiting Earth. For over 700 days, an unidentified object referred to as X-37b has been orbiting Earth, and the US Military Air Force appears to have information regarding this item. Some have begun to refer to the spacecraft as a spaceplane. X-37b is the 5th spaceplane mission, called OTV-5. This spacecraft has no crew, is solar-powered, and most puzzling, seems to be a military product. OTV was launched in September 2017, aided by the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, the company established by Elon Musk. OTV-5 has continued to thrive for longer than prior models, surpassing 717 days. The X-37b military spacecraft continues to orbit the Earth with no signs of returning in the near future. X-37b does not resemble the spacecraft typically used by NASA, the American Space Exploration Team, and instead has been confirmed to be under the control of the US Military Air Force. Whilst there are similarities between the object and NASA's spacecrafts, notable differences led to many people speculating that the craft was not one of NASA's prior to military confirmation. The lack of answers to people questioning why this craft has been orbiting Earth has led to a series of conspiracy theories that appear to keep on growing. One of these, perhaps the simplest to wrap your head around, and therefore the theory gaining the most momentum, is that the mysterious spacecraft is a military drone, deployed by the US Air Force to spy upon the public. Editor of Spaceflight, Dr. David Baker, spoke to BBC News in 2012, referring to the event as space-to-space surveillance, and that his assumption and belief was that the X-37b may be used to maintain a close watch on China's nascent space station. This theory was refuted by many critics who said that the orbital path of the craft made the likelihood of spying specifically upon China unlikely, leading to the theory being dismissed. Another popular theory surrounds the creation of M-Drive, an engine that does not need any fuel in order to function. This, as of yet, is a hypothetical creation. In theory, microwaves within a conical chamber move around, bouncing off surfaces. The M-Drive theory claims that this movement of these microwaves within the chamber makes a thrust, which propels the engine. This would make space travel more widely accessible, as it would be cheaper and more efficient due to the lack of fuel required. This would in turn facilitate more space exploration, answering and uncovering more mysteries and secrets we are yet to consider in our universe. Whilst M-Drive is considered to be an enticing theory, that is all it is. The M-Drive is not considered plausible or likely to become a reality. Newton's third law, every action has an equal opposite reaction, is flaunted in this theory. The lack of fuel means nothing is emitted from the engine. While the M-Drive claims to be able to achieve this, there is no evidence, and so it is often dismissed as an explanation. The US Air Force offered cryptic and vague responses to the demanding questions given to them. They described X-37b and OTV-5 to be an experimental test project to illustrate technologies for a reliable, reusable, and unmanned space test platform for the US Air Force. This answer failed to provide the depth many people were hoping to receive regarding the missions, of which there have been 5. The US Air Force has often been considered to have answered the questions surrounding the spacecraft's purpose in an indirect manner, by filling the remainder of their explanation with technical vocabulary that left readers puzzled and none the wiser. What is flying around our planet as we speak? Do you think a fuel-free form of space travel has been developed, or do you think that the US government is spying on Earth? NASA spots mysterious object in space. A strange object has been sighted by NASA and likened to an empty trash bag, and, as surprising as it may be, it isn't the first discovery of its kind. An object that is several meters wide and seemingly lightweight has been seen floating in space. Current assumptions are that the object, which has been named A10BMLZ, is some form of waste material left behind from a previous rocket launch. Whilst it has not been determined which rocket launch has left A10BMLZ out in space, it has been concluded that the material is most likely a metallic foil. A10BMLZ is currently on an elliptical orbit, taking an oval path as opposed to a circular orbit. This means its distance from Earth drastically varies, from being only 600 kilometers away from our planet to being 538,160 kilometers away, which is 1.4 times as far as the Moon is from the Earth. This elliptical orbit can be skewed even more, however, due to the small mass of this object. The Sun emits radiation pressure, which interacts with A10BMLZ in such an influential manner due to the object's small mass. This results in this so-called trash bag being pushed around, outside of the course it would naturally follow, creating an orbit change many have described as chaotic. This spontaneity means we cannot predict the path it will follow. Numerous possibilities remain. The object could re-enter the Earth's atmosphere. A10BMLZ could continue its orbit indefinitely, or a number of unforeseen events could occur. The object was first seen by the Hawaii Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System telescope. This observation was then confirmed by the Northolt Branch observatories in London, as well as confirming the sighting's validity. They also reiterated the surprisingly lightweight and large size of A10BMLZ and identified the unusual orbit. Other items have been seen within space and likened to plastic bags due to their sporadic movements, largely influenced by radiation pressure. This discovery has piqued the interest of a greater number of people though, due to it being the first seen at a distant orbit. Scientists have seen a mystery orbit in space that could solve a puzzle about black holes. Black holes have gripped the minds of great intellectuals for decades, yet exciting revelations are still occurring, giving us more clues to the constantly growing puzzle. Recent discoveries have given more answers to the mass gap. Scientists have previously operated under the assumption that the maximum mass of a neutron star, the celestial body that may develop into a black hole, was 2.5 solar masses, or 2.5 times the mass of the Sun, and that the minimum mass of a black hole was 5 solar masses. This left an uncertain gap, and the space between 2.5 and 5 solar masses that was not accounted for, and so became known as the mass gap. Until recently, the mass gap was a relatively theoretical issue, as no objects that fell within this class had been discovered. An object discovered in August 2019, reported on in June 2020, has been found to weigh 2.6 solar masses, prompting the question, is this the lightest black hole yet to be discovered, or the heaviest neutron star? Professor Vicky Calagera of Northwestern University commented that we've been waiting decades to solve this mystery. She emphasizes that regardless as to the ultimate class of the object in the mass gap, the discovery breaks a record. The signals picked up that alerted physicists to the discovery were created through the merging of the strange object with a black hole at a staggering 23 solar masses. This prompted a series of gravitational waves throughout space, which were detected in our observatories on Earth. LIGO referred to this signal as highly unusual, prompting further study and research. The two bodies interact in an unexpected way, shedding an element of uncertainty on the once presumed to be accurate understanding of black hole formations. More observations and data collection will need to take place in order to confirm this. This information will presumably be gathered through the use of light-based telescopes. The questions that are now being tackled following the discovery of this object at 2.6 solar masses are: why has it been so difficult to locate items within the mass gap if they are out there? Is the mass gap real at all? Are the measurements for the mass gap incorrect, and how are neutron stars and black holes truly formed? Has our understanding of this celestial phenomena changed? The light emissions, whilst limited due to the object becoming engulfed by the black hole, are being tracked from the Virgo and LIGO observatories, though the apparent destruction of the mass gap object means only a minor observation could be noted. As technology advances, we can only hope to discover more objects within space like this, as we strive to ask more questions and gain more answers. From the exciting revelation of new items to discoveries that make us question what we already know, the searching and exploring of space is never ending. We can only hope to find answers to the puzzles out there and continue to make our way through the universe. But what do you make of these space discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.